Okay, we have on our foundation. We got a good blank canvas to start with, and then we added some dimension with our highlight and contour, but our highlight was with a concealer, not a glittery highlight. So now I want to show you a, not glitter, but a shimmery, sparkly highlight, kind of that lit within glow, and a blush, because these are the last two steps that I do every single time I do any type of face. For the purpose of this demonstration, I'm going to use this Becca Jaclyn Hill palette. You do not have to use this. You can do any blush and any highlight. This is just kind of an all two-in-one, a really dirty, that has both, so I thought it would be easier to show you with this. For blush, I like to apply it with a brush. My favorite kind is one that's just kind of medium. It's not a very large surface area. It's not super fluffy. It's not super dense, so it's kind of just a good in-between, and I know it's gonna apply right where I want it to without being just a teeny dot of it and without covering the whole cheek, because this is where you're gonna apply blush. So if you've got big apples of your cheeks like I do, when I smile, I've got big old apples of my cheeks, which I actually like because applying blush right here gives me a more youthful appearance. It's almost like that cherubic rosy cheek kind of thing. That's what I'm going for. I don't want to apply blush just right here and have pink circles, but I do want this to appear flushed. You want to put this where you flush naturally. And if you're not sure where you naturally flush, go do something that makes you flush. Don't have any makeup on and go run or jump on a trampoline or do other things that can make you breathe heavy and flush. Do that and then look in the mirror and see where you naturally flush, where you naturally get pink. Me, it's right here and a little bit here. I don't like to apply my blush clear back into my hairline, although I will blend back there, but applying it, I stay right here on the balls of my cheeks, on the apples. And if you don't want to do the apples of your cheeks, then apply it right here, kind of like the middle. Like I would consider this a cheek and this a cheek. Put it right here in the middle if you're not sure where to go. So easy. Take your blush or take your brush, dip it in your blush. I always tap off my powders, and for me, I almost go a reverse Nike swoosh. So I'm gonna start the apple of my cheek right here. It goes like this. Let's see if I can follow this. And then it comes up. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna follow from here, and I kind of go down the apple of my cheek, and I come up like a swoosh, like that. That reverse Nike swoosh. I might have to use my mirror though to do this instead of the screen, so I start here on the apple of my cheek, and I just press, and I'm just pressing into the skin. You can draw the swoosh if you want, but that's where I'm gonna start. I wanna go up here and come down and swoosh up, and then I will blend it kind of back. I don't want a lot back there. I want most of it right in here. I don't wanna put the blush clear up here, like where I've highlighted with that concealer. I don't want this flushed. I want the cheek flushed. So you've gotta just figure out, like I said, you've gotta know where you naturally flush and put it right there. It should most likely be just right in here, and then blend it gently back. Same thing over here. I'm gonna take it, and I like to pat to start and come up, and then I will just draw that swoosh on there carefully and even do swirls back into that hairline. But look at what that already did. That already just like brought some life into my face by giving it just a little bit of color. The last thing we're gonna do is we're gonna apply our highlight to give me just a little shimmer and glow. You can take either a brush, or you can actually take your damp beauty sponge as well. I have used both. For the sake of this, I'll just use a little brush so you can see, and I'm gonna just put it across my highlights. I'm dipping in kind of both, because why not? Brush them off. I'm gonna apply this to the top of my cheek. Like you can feel with your finger, where's your cheekbone? That's where it went down to apply the contour. That's the top of my cheek, because that's where it starts to dip into my eye socket, right there. Right here's the top of my cheek. That's where I want to lightly highlight and bring a little bit of glow and shimmer too. You don't want to get it too close to underneath your eye. I bring it here, and then I kind of wrap it up around my eyebrow. Right here, up around, And you can even go on the tops of your cheeks if you want a little bit there. I go down my nose with it without any additional product, just down my nose, tip of my nose, Kiwa's bow, everywhere I put, and then I'll take my pinky finger and boop, right there on the tip of my nose. But can you see how now, see that? See that glow? Now I've got that little bit of glow and lit, but it's not a chunky, shimmery glitter. And if you want that look, you can totally do that depending on the products you're using. I just want it to look natural. I want it to look sun-kissed and like I'm just glowing and doing great. That's where I put it. Don't get it too close here. If you get it too close to where you are wrinkling, where you've got your crow's feet and your laugh lines, which I love, and I love that I have them, I don't want to emphasize them though. And if I put a glittery highlight or a shimmery highlight there, it is going to bring attention. This is demanding your eye. It's demanding attention. It's saying, bam, look here. I don't want you to look here. So be careful that you're not putting it clear up in here and that you're also not putting it down by your contour. It shouldn't be down where your bronzer is. It should be right on top of that cheekbone, and which is why I also like it in the center of the face really lightly, because that's what we've highlighted with concealer, and we're just gonna bring a little more attention there with that little bit of shimmer. That's it. Every time I do my makeup, I follow these basic steps. I do the foundation that way, I do my highlight with concealer and my bronze tour, and then I do my blush and shimmery highlight, my glow highlight. There are times where I will do a heavier foundation or where I will do a contour and bronzer separately, but most of the time those are for very specific looks. When you're watching my videos that are going to be coming up and I'm doing any kind of eye look and I've got my makeup already done or lip look, there's a good chance I've already done these basic steps that I just showed you. I will change out my blush color and I'll change out my highlighter color, but other than that, this is always my base. This is my foundation. This is my go-to look for 90% of my makeup looks. It's getting a little hot. Cover a lot of area. This is gonna cover a little. Hold on, I gotta get out the brush. So I've got everything highlighted. I didn't bring my powder. I gotta get my powder. So the bristle. I don't want to have blusher right here, like bright pink. Did I just say blusher? I'm from the United States. I don't know. I've been watching too many Australian and UK makeup videos. I don't know if the curly hair is gonna work with this backdrop. Freaking me out. No, that'd be that way. I can't wink with that eye. That wasn't even a wink.